Hi everybody, I'm Billy Payne. For many decades now, so many of us in Atlanta have had a wonderful seat as we have seen and witnessed the incredible growth of this great community. I myself have had a very fortunate seat over the last 8 years, principally because of the help of the Chamber and the business community who supported our Olympic effort from the very beginning. Well, we're here today to talk about the best seats in the House and to show you and to preview for you the Olympic venues that we have constructed to show to the world next summer. As your hosts today, Bill Dahlberg and Andy Young will provide for you that which you will see soon will certainly be the best seats in the House.
Wow, what a dive. No, not this place. I've got the best seat in the house, and I'm at the beautiful new Georgia Tech Aquatic Center, which is going to host 4 of the disciplines in this year's Olympics. And Doug can tell us even more.
Okay, Jack, for the first time in Olympic history, all 4 of the Olympic aquatics events will be staged in one facility. Swimming, synchronized swimming, water polo, and diving will all be hosted here at Georgia Tech. And this facility is truly state-of-the-art. The floor itself is movable. It adjusts for each event. The gutters are wide for speed. And this diving facility has already been judged as one of the best in the world. Next summer, we'll truly see some world records set here at the Georgia Tech Aquatics facility.
Thanks, Doug. This venue is a terrific example of the sports legacies that will be left behind from the Olympics. The Atlanta Sports Council will have a terrific edge as we compete against other cities to bring in world-class events back to Atlanta. The Atlanta Sports Council just recently celebrated its 10th anniversary, working daily to make Atlanta the sports capital of the world. In the last decade, we've landed the Final Four, the SEC Football Championship, the Super Bowl, and of course the Olympics. The Atlanta Sports Council is going to continue to bring mega sporting events to our community every year, and the nearly $500 million that it represents. And now let's go to Jim Lentz. Jim?
Thanks, Jack. Well, here we are on top of Nations Bank Plaza, where we have a great view of the Olympic Village, Centennial Park, and on a good clear day, Stone Mountain, where the Olympic venues of cycling and archery and tennis will be taking place. This is the same view we've shown many CEOs who have visited Atlanta as part of Georgia Power's Operation Legacy. We've been using all the international attention Atlanta's been receiving to help maximize our economic development efforts. And I'm delighted that we've been able to have CEOs to come to Atlanta to experience what we have here. They've seen our low cost of doing business, our outstanding transportation infrastructure, and of course our superior quality of life. They're finding out what we as chamber investors already know, that Atlanta is the best city in the world for doing business. Well, this is a great seat, but it's also a pretty cold one. So back to you, Bill and Andy.
It's a good view now, but it's going to be the ultimate view next summer. There are going to be at least 2 million Olympic spectators in Centennial Park. When the Atlanta Chamber Building Committee met and discussed our needs for expanded office space, we realized that we had an opportunity that we could not bypass. We were going to have the eyes of the world on our city during the Olympic Games. What we're doing is adding 2 floors of space to our facility along with a rooftop terrace. This is where we're standing right now. After we have completed the Games, we're going to activate this facility for its intended purpose. That's the support of our economic development mission for our business community. We will also be able to utilize this facility for many activities that will make us all very proud, and we will look at the structure and realize that here we are in our Atlanta Chamber building in the heart of dynamic downtown Atlanta. I think I see some action in the park. Dwayne, is that you?
Action is an understatement, Jackie, and it looks like you have a ringside seat over at the Chamber. However, with seats like these in the heart of Centennial Park, we can't help but be in the middle of the action. I can't believe it was only a year ago at the Chamber's annual meeting when we kicked off our fundraising effort to raise $10 million for the park. Back then, it took a lot of imagination and a 3D video to convince folks we could turn this underdeveloped area of downtown into something so magnificent. Okay, so we still got a ways to go, but we're making progress, right, Sherm?
Yes, we are making a lot of progress, Dwayne, and I know this may look like an Olympic tractor pull right now, but without a doubt, this is going to be one of the most significant and visible legacies of the Centennial Olympic Games. The park will be a place for concerts, an afternoon Frisbee game, a nice lunch, or just a place to break up a hectic business day. And most of all, it'll be a permanent reminder of the honor of hosting the Centennial Olympic Games in Atlanta, Georgia. As you look to my right, this is the Olympic fountain, made up of the 5 rings of the Olympic continents. This is without a doubt the finest fountain found anywhere in the world, and just one indication of the grandeur of the park. The park is privately funded, and you, Dwayne, have played an important role in the success of the park, leading the Chamber Drive, and is one of the boldest urban renewal projects undertaken by any city in the last 25 years, and certainly will enhance Atlanta's reputation as the greenest city and the greatest city in the United States.
Well, thank you, Sherm. When this idea was germinated, in addition to serving as a central meeting place for the more than 2 million visitors expected here during the Games, this park was seen as a way to spur economic development in downtown. Already, it's been a magnet for a number of major new projects, some ongoing and others which will begin in the post-Olympic period. We expect this boom to continue contributing to the revitalization of downtown. Break's over, Sherm. We've got work to do. Ann, what kind of seats do you have over there?
We've got the best seats in the house, Dwayne and Sherm. The Olympic Arts Festival, the Cultural Olympiad, will give us a chance to experience culture from around the world. But more importantly, it gives us a chance to share with the world our rich Southern culture and wonderful traditions. Mario?
That's right, Ann. Southern Crossroads will give us a chance to do all that. It will span 6 acres and will feature Southern cuisine, music, and dance in a festival-like atmosphere. And it won't cost you a dime. But that's not all there is to do in the park. AT&T's Global Olympic Village will be a 3-level structure with a 120-foot high communications tower. The top 2 floors are for athletes and their families, but the rest is for all of us, with 4 patios, an entertainment stage, and a big screen to view the day's highlights. And what else is going on over there?
Just across the park is Coca-Cola's Olympic City. This entire place is absolutely going to be fantastic. So, whether you have a ticket to the Games or not, Centennial Park is the place for you to experience the Olympics all day long. So come, greet and meet people from all over the world, from Alaska to Algeria.
Hi, I'm sitting here in the best seat in the house at the Olympic Hockey Center at Morris Brown College. The Atlanta University Center will serve as home for the field hockey and basketball competitions. A former Olympian himself, Dave Meggert, has a hard time staying off the playing field. Dave, what are the field conditions like today?
Well, Kay, everything on the 50-yard line looks great from here. We shouldn't miss a thing from this vantage point. After the Olympics is over, this stadium will be given to the Morris Brown students for football. Across the street at Clark Atlanta University, that facility will be used for soccer and track and field. Along with the University of Georgia Coliseum, Georgia Tech Coliseum, and the Aquatic Center at Georgia Tech, campuses will benefit greatly from the Olympics with upgraded and new state-of-the-art facilities. All of this will enhance campus life and athletic programs long after the Olympic Games are over. Kay, back to you.
Dave, the best part about it, everyone is getting a piece of the pie. For an example, nearly 80% of the work that was done on this Olympic project was done in essence by minority business enterprises. The same is true for nearly every other Olympic project from Centennial Park to the Wolf Creek Shooting Complex. This is a classic example of how the city thrives on diversity, and is especially encouraging to me as the incoming chair of the Georgia Minority Supplier Development Council. Well, we've seen where the games are going to be played, but let's take a look at where our Olympians are going to live.
There is one place where all our visiting athletes will spend a great deal of time. It is here in the Olympic Village, home away from home for some 14,000 athletes and officials. But this village is much more than housing. This area in which we're standing is the international zone, where athletes can greet their family members or friends or even meet the media. During the games, this will truly be a city within a city. But certainly the greatest legacy of this Olympic Village has to be these magnificent new student apartments that have been constructed at virtually no cost to the taxpayers of the state of Georgia. Georgia Tech's president, Wayne Clough, will give us an inside glimpse of these outstanding accommodations.
Thanks, Russ. Welcome to the Olympic Residence Halls. We're really proud at Georgia Tech to be the home of the Olympic Village. You're going to be among the first to see the athletes home away from home. And once they stay here, they may not want to leave. The room I'm in now is set up like it will be during the Olympic Games. These are the first completely air-conditioned Olympic quarters, which, as we all know, is an absolute necessity for an Atlanta July. We're in a 4-bedroom suite, which includes a common living area, a kitchenette, and 2 restrooms. 2 athletes will share this bedroom. And this is what it'll look like when the Georgia Tech students move in after the Olympics. 1 student per room. And I don't have to tell you that's a whole lot better than the room that I lived in as a freshman here at Georgia Tech. Of course, security will be tight to protect the athletes' safety and privacy. No one's getting tickets in here. Back on the other side of the village is my colleague, Carl Patton.
Thanks, Wayne. You know that this Olympic housing is going to provide for the best Olympic village ever. Most of you, in fact, have seen the housing from the interstate, but this is what you see inside the village itself, with the 7 residence halls over at Georgia Tech and these 2,000 units here at Georgia State. And these units, by the way, will provide us the first student housing ever. Together with the 7 dorms at Georgia Tech, these 2,000 units are going to create more students living, working, and playing in downtown than ever before. And this is going to help create a 24-hour city. And that, Andy and Bill, is what we're all interested in.
私の後ろに見えているのがアトランタダウンタウンのスカイラインです。
サリルの舞台になりましたジョージア州の首都アトランタです。
Atlanta likes to call itself the capital of the New South, and new is the operative word.
Everybody is talking about Atlanta. I'm here with Dick Yarbrough, and what you see behind us will become the main press center. This may not look like much now, does it?
Not to me, it doesn't.
But during the games, it'll be the hub for 5,000 credentialed members of the print media, not to mention the 10,000 other broadcast media folks that we expect this summer.
Can you imagine 15,000 media people running around our town?
It scares me to death, Dick.
It scares me, but we're going to provide them with footage and coverage that they demand and that they want of the games. And we have used our Olympic sponsors and our technology partners to put together a wonderful new system called Scarlet. And that's a network that's going to deliver 32 channels of live competition simultaneously. We're going to have 41 venues in 9 cities that will be linked through this Scarlet network, making it the largest private local telecommunications network ever created, and making this seat, where you and I sit right now, the best seat in the house.
Can I talk to you about opening night tickets?
No.
Okay. You know, more than 3 billion viewers will tune into Atlanta during these 2 weeks. It's the largest viewing audience in the history of the Olympics. And it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to tell Atlanta's story to the world. And you know, Dick, the Chamber has been marketing Atlanta since 1925. That was just after you were born, wasn't it?
No, I was in that first campaign. I chaired it.
Did you? Yeah. Great, yeah. Well, we partnered with ACOG and other organizations through our Atlanta News Bureau to assist journalists with coverage during the games. And as a matter of fact, the News Bureau assisted more than 2,000 national and international journalists, some of your best friends, just this year alone.
I have no best friends, Dave.
I know that, but I was just trying to help you out. And we'll continue to do so far after the last medal is awarded. And Bill and Andy, it's not just the media who get to take part in Atlanta's high-tech Olympics.
Well, actually, if you're wearing a digital pager like this one, Dave, during the games, you can instantaneously receive up-to-the-minute results and scores and find out how the good old USA is doing against the rest of the world, right here.
Great. Can I have it?
No.
Well, Bill and Andy, we've seen lots of good seats all over Atlanta today, and these are not bad either. This will be the focal point for the games. The cauldron will be lit with the Olympic flame here at the opening ceremonies. Track and field Olympic records will be shattered. And at the closing ceremonies here, with fond memories and best wishes, we'll transfer the Olympic flag to the mayor of Sydney, Australia. But I think the best seats in the house are the ones that you're in right now. As a former chairman of the Chamber, I know from personal experience that the Atlanta Chamber of Commerce has brought us to where we are today and will be the key to our continued success after the games are over. Bill, you've done a terrific job of leading the Chamber through this critical year of growth. And Andy, as your co-chair at ACOG, I've watched these games come together under your extraordinary leadership. We are very fortunate to have you as our new Chamber chairman, and especially for the year 1996. Congratulations to both of you. I hope you've enjoyed your sneak preview of where the games will be held, and we'll see you all right here next summer.